Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Sleazy Podcast. I'm your host, Sleazy, on this beautiful Friday of January 27th, 2023. And was episode 150? Did I say that? I can't remember if I said it. But as always, I'm your host, Sleazy, and I've got Mr. PBS back here again.
Howdy.
And from the Chicagoland area, we've got Hot Sauce.
I'm here.
You know, when he had that nice shaved head look and stuff last week or 2 weeks ago, I was hoping you get the JR, the Jim Ross audio. Oh my God, it's Stone Cold.
Yeah. Yep. And he's back again this week, filling in for Rob Zilla, the banana heckler himself.
Yo.
Gil Johnson.
AKA Chuckles. We went to dinner before the show. I asked you if you wanted to go, but you were like, I can't go, Sleazy. I said, why, man? I got a date.
It was all right.
How'd it go?
All right. Just shot the breeze. I don't see nothing in the future with it, but
You just shot the breeze.
I'm sorry.
Just shot the breeze, you said?
Yeah, we just sat there and bullcrapped with each other. Not much chemistry there, but
not much
right.
chemistry. Did she tell you? She like, I like your beard.
No.
And it's an honor to have dinner with a banana heckler, Gil Johnson.
Are you the banana heckler? Oh! When we first got there, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen?
No.
Sometimes he's the banana heckler, sometimes he's the panty dropper.
Yeah. Tonight he was not the panty dropper.
Buddy, that chemistry's not there because you only gave her $50. You need to give her 75 for the chemistry. $50 don't get you chemistry no more. It ain't 1986.
So where did you go to? What did this date consist of?
We should a Mexican restaurant there in Groveport.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about 8 and 8. And
All right. So did she like order a nice meal, or did she kind of like, one of those chicks that like, I'm not really gonna eat. I'm just gonna.
Oh, we split a check, so.
Oh, you split.
Yeah, it was too bad.
Here, move the. Yeah, there you go. Maybe down a little bit more. There you go, right there. So you split the check.
Yeah.
Was that her idea? Or
I was like, I'll pay. I don't mind. I'll split the check. Like, all right.
I was gonna say, man, we can't have you being a cheapskate. You're Gil Johnson, banana heckler. So she was like, I want to split the check.
Yeah, I was like, all right, no problem.
Okay. Maybe that was like her test. Like, he needs to fucking take the bill.
I tried to offer about 4 times. Like, no, don't worry about it.
You just got to take it from him. Not like take it from him. Take the bill from him. Pay it.
I don't complain.
So you didn't feel any magic there?
No
magic, huh?
Is this an online date or was this somebody you bumped into? And
dating app. She's all right.
Okay.
We were talking about I was reading some profiles off for Mr. PBS earlier. We were having a field day. First and foremost, I'm a mother. You always see that,
Are there no Christian men anymore?
Are there no Christian men anymore? I got mines. I don't fucking need you.
Yeah, they always see their kids come first, and they got like a spaghetti string shirt on in their profile picture.
Yeah.
Was this farmersonly.com or what was the what dating app was it?
Hey man, you might
we need the details, man. You can't come on here and tell us you went on a fucking date and us not grill you for it.
Just ate dinner. It was about it.
So what app was it? What app?
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. That's relevant. Isn't that where all the Christian women mingle? I thought
that's Christian Mingle.
Is it Christian Mingle?
Yeah.
Plenty of Fish. POF. That's what a lot of people call it. Rob's dad had like a shitload of POF accounts. He kept getting kicked off. He would get kicked off for saying inappropriate things, like women were reporting or whatever. I don't know what he was saying, but like every time we go over there, he'd be like, it got to the point where Rob Zilla would stop making the accounts for him. So like if I walked in the door, to pick Rob up to go somewhere or something, he'd be like, hey, make me an account real quick. Yeah.
perverted old freak instead of plenty of fish.
Yeah, he was a trip with that. But man, well, I mean, that's cool. You got out and met somebody and
Yeah, it was all right.
did something. You should have told her, like, I'm fucking Gil Johnson, babe.
Ain't you heard of me?
Yeah. I'm the banana heckler. I'm TikTok.
Who is
famous.
Gil Johnson? Was that guy's name?
No,
What's your
he
name?
said you were Gil Johnson. He
Oh,
goes,
yeah, that's
"Aren't
right.
you-
I forgot that.
Aren't you Gil Johnson?
Didn't
you know,
you were at
from
Mike's party.
Mike's Barbecue?
Now, do you in your profile on this dating app, does it say you're only here for hookups, or what does it say? Like, I'm only here to have fun, only here for hookups.
Reason why they call me the Banana Man.
There you go.
Jason's like, I'm single first and foremost. And myself, me comes before anybody else.
I feel like since he's been on the show 2 weeks in a row, he can add podcaster to his bio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Podcast entrepreneur.
I
that
have
professional resume is growing longer by the day.
office worker by day, podcaster and small business operator by night. Oh, my. I actually had somebody message me the other day, like, what's your podcast all about? And I was like, ignore.
Why?
I wasn't feeling it. I'm just going to say that.
Why ignore? Get it out there. It's another listener.
I should.
You share the show with one person and they share with another person. Come on, man.
I should just drop the link in there. And that's the only thing I'll say. Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, on a dating app?
All you need to know is on the podcast.
What's that?
This was on a dating app? This is, oh, okay. Yeah, oh, fuck yeah. Put it on there.
I wasn't feeling it though. It was just a little, let me just say, she was a little, not my type. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Had the Sons of Anarchy vibe going on or some shit like that. I was like, I don't know about that.
Oh, old biker chick. Old rode hard and put up wet.
It looked like she was one of those gals that assumes the personality of whoever she dates.
Oh, chameleon.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a biker vibe, a club rat vibe,
Okay.
kinda, and then the mom vibe, of course. But
Hey, if you could use the board and do some producer duties.
now I should really send the link after I post this episode and see if she listens to it.
She'd be
She's
like,
"Is that
my
about me?"
podcast comes first.
Yeah, my podcast comes first, always and forever, along with my fur babies. Feed me tacos and call me pretty. That's another one you see a lot.
Really?
Feed me tacos and call me pretty, or feed me and call me pretty. Yeah, you see that like 9 out of 10.
Motherfucker, I'll feed you because I'm eating too. So if you want to eat, we can eat, but
Right?
don't expect nothing special.
Yeah, so man, it's been a little bit of a crazy 2 weeks. Rob, it sounds like Rob's on the path to recovery. Robzilla. He said that I asked him if he was coming to record tonight. This morning I sent out the message like, hey, is everybody good to record tonight? PBS gave the thumbs up, and normally if you can't come, you say something. And
I usually 99% of the time will just laugh, react to post, because with them two flakes that's usually there, you can never tell.
you never
If he's got a little tickle in his throat an hour from when you ask that, he ain't coming. The other one will just leave you fucking high and dry until about 3 hours before the show, then he ain't coming. So I just laugh, react it all the time.
But normally if you can't come, you're like a week in advance or 4
Yeah.
days in advance. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to do Friday. But after like a couple hours, Robzilla messaged me. Hey, just wanted to say I'm sorry for not messaging you back earlier. I'm like, it's okay, buddy. Well, I'm not gonna be there tonight, but I'll definitely be at the next show. I think I should be good by then. So it sounds like he's on the path to recovery, but couldn't do tonight.
Obviously, he doesn't know there's been a lot of layoffs and firings recently. Maybe his head's on the chopping block.
Yeah, we'll get rid of his ass. If Gil over here keeps outperforming him and making us laugh, then
I think Gil should at least be a monthly contributor. You don't have to show up every week. I think Gil should at least show up once a month.
We have an extra mic here, so he totally could. But yeah, Robzilla, it sounds like he's getting better. You know, he's just dealing with his work.
At least with the
lead.
stuff you can fix. Some problems he's got you can't fix.
Yeah, some things they're just non.
That dog will die eventually.
Yeah. That was another thing he messaged. We were talking a little bit before I got the B-dubs earlier, and he was like, I think we're going to have to put Brownie down at some point this year. And I'm like, well, the dog's pretty fucking old, man. I mean, it's got to be put down at some point in its life.
We're getting kind of close to that conversation with Macy, our oldest dog.
Oh, yeah.
Back in, she can't jump and move around real well. And
it gets to the point where you have a conversation with yourself. Like, am I keeping the dog around for me, or am I keeping the dog around because it can still live? You know, a decent life or some sort. And you gotta, it's a tough decision, but you gotta make it. And it sucks because it's not natural and you feel like a piece of shit when you put your dog down. But at the end of the day, you gotta think that, well, you know, the dog's not suffering anymore. It's time to move on.
Yeah, and I think like health wise in the circumstances too, like she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, but her back end don't work. So it's just like, you know, she's not to the point where she's, you know, just laying there and shitting and pissing all over herself, but like she's limping a lot. She can't jump out. She can't jump in bed anymore. Like she jumps up on the bed and kind of like her legs are quivering and you pick her up, and going up the stairs takes like 5 minutes to get up the stairs, and it's like one stair and then she just stands there and looks around and one stair. So
he's like, pick me up, motherfucker.
She's fucking 80 pounds. I'm good.
Don't they make those what's like the acorn chair that goes up the stairs? Don't they make those for pets?
Oh, they might. One
like
of those stair lifts.
The lady in Gremlins 1 had.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Where they like short circuited it and she flew up the stairs.
Yep.
That's a great scene in cinema. I just want to say that. So like I said, it was a crazy week. Man, what'd you guys think about the Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland getting the oust? He's out at Adult Swim and Hulu, sounds like.
I thought I read something that said he quit his own company too. I forget what it was called. Yeah,
well, so he's got it all stems around domestic violence, doesn't it?
Something like that. And he's apparently made a bunch of like inappropriate comments to people over the years, text messages and that kind of stuff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess it's this one. I think it kind of blew up because he's got to go to court over it or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I guess it's been one of those things that's sort of been known among at least a few people for a while, that he's been making these kind of comments and accusations and allegations and all that.
Okay.
But this is kind of finally all came to a head.
I mean, it sounds like it's a big hit, or, you know, it's a big gut punch to Rick and Morty, because he does the voices for, you know, Rick and Morty, doesn't he? So
it'll be like the new Muppet Show here soon, where it's not Jim Henson no more.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Is there any point?
I'm Kermit the Frog. How are you?
The infinite loop.
Yeah. It sounds like it, you know, I guess they can find somebody that can do the voices, but will it be the same?
I'm almost wondering, like, at this point, can you just like put his voice into like some sort of AI thing?
I think they can,
and it'll just spit out his the Rick voice back to you or whatever, the Morty voice back to you.
Didn't they do that game that's on Xbox Live like that? Like,
I don't know.
The voice is AI generated. It sounds like Morty, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm sure they can at this point. I mean, all the audio they have of him saying shit, they could probably generate whatever fuck they want, but is it going to be genuine, you know, that a voice actor can pull off? But I already heard a guy on TikTok doing the voices, and he sounded just like him. So I'm sure they'll find replacements, and they'll probably find them for much cheaper.
Or to be just like Rick and Morty, they just change the voice and like make fun of changing the voice or something.
Yeah. They'll do something where they go to a parallel universe and they lose their voices. Some shit like that. But so do we want to start the show off with crazy news? You good with that?
Yeah.
You good with that, Gil?
Let's go.
Hot sauce.
Let's go bananas.
Go bananas.
BANANAS.
Now, crazy news with Mr. PBS.
Oh boy. Okay, we got a couple here. I guess I'll start off with the one I found.
Okay. I can actually hold on 1 second. Is it the teacher one?
Yeah, yep. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
All right. Let me
I don't know if you want to pull it up because it might show some of the words. Well, let me just start with the headline here. Killeen ISD teacher assigned racist word search to middle schoolers. So I don't know if you want to pull that up or not, because I think it actually shows some of the words in it.
yeah, I'll pull it up. All right.
Editor's note. The following story includes images with racial slurs and language some readers may find offensive. 25 News has decided to release these documents in full for greater transparency with our audience.
Oh my gosh.
What's that, buddy?
He made a word search like racist words in it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy, isn't it?
It is.
People are effed up, man.
So this is from the great state of Texas. I don't know if it's Killeen, Texas.
I think so.
Killeen. So let's see. Killeen ISD and one of its teachers have parted ways after the educator assigned middle schoolers worksheets loaded with racial slurs and language the district called, quote, extremely disturbing. Tiana Maya, a spokesperson for the district, told 25 News she's unsure if the teacher was fired or resigned, but both parties have, quote, separated. Maya said the educator was recently hired and joined KISD on August 15th of 2022. So that's like last school year.
Couldn't even make it a fucking year. Like, good Jesus fuck.
How bad are you at your job? I didn't make it a year.
Killeen ISD immediately launched an investigation upon learning of an appalling and extremely disturbing assignment distributed by a now former Rancher middle school teacher. Dr. John Kraft, the district's superintendent, said in a letter on Thursday sent to parents, quote, there is no argument to condone such an offensive gesture, and we deeply regret the assignment was ever created and distributed to even a small group of students. The assignment appears to have been created January 11th and included word scrambles and searches rife with epithets titled, quote, trigger words scramble. The worksheets tasked students with guessing words based on included definitions, using the slurs in a sentence and matching slurs with colors. Among Rancher's population of 785 students, 90% identify as a minority, with the majority of students classified as Black and Hispanic, according to data from the Texas Department of Education. Also, 71% of middle schoolers that are at risk of dropping out, and the state classifies Rancher students as economically disadvantaged.
Wow. I'm looking at some of these words and I am amazed.
Killeen ISD is the largest school district in Central Texas and the 24th largest district in Texas. Over 45,000 students attend 31 elementary schools, 11 middle schools, 5 high schools, as well as campuses, according to its website. Many parents took to social media to express outrage and bewilderment over the assignment and how it could happen in the first place. Quote, we regret that this incident occurred, Kraft said. We are committed to dealing with these types of situations expeditiously. So that's the article. Just to, for the listeners, some of the words that we can say. Let's see if I'll pull this one up here.
And they weren't even using the correct "your."
No, they're not.
Why?
This teacher is terrible.
This is from the draw a line, match each word with its definition.
Oh, so we're going up. Okay,
I'll get back up to the top there. So I guess this one's not terrible, but it's certainly a word that frowned upon used anymore. Retard, to make slow delay development. Ugly. We've got dumbass, idiot, bitch.
And they couldn't even do them scrambled up. Like the line just goes straight across to the definition.
What a challenge for these kids.
A certain N word that ends with an R. Shorty, fat, stupid, and crackhead. And I guess one of those words is a lot worse than the other ones.
A person addicted to the drug crack.
Shorty is a person of less than average stature.
Fat. Too much flabby tissue. Stupid. Mental dullness. Foolish.
They really went through with this. Like,
Dumbass.
I didn't think about it until you said it, but yeah, like it's literally just the word right across from
right
it.
across, so there's no fucking search to it. You just draw a line straight across.
Dumbass. A thoroughly stupid person. Blockhead. Idiot. A person with severe mental slowness.
I don't understand it, man. Like,
What person thinks that this is acceptable to put as a children's learning exercise?
Middle schooler word scramble.
Yeah. My color key: red, dumbass; orange, stupid; green, idiot; blue, stupid; brown, fat. Then you gotta color it in to match the word. I like how fat is on the teddy bear's belly. Trigger word scramble. Oh, geez. Do you applaud the effort that somebody put into this? I mean,
I wonder where they found it. If there's like a website for bad teaching aids.
I
right
can't
down there at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
What's that link right there at the bottom?
Superteacherworksheets.com.
So you could just get to make up their own. So was it /custom?
Yeah, I bet they.
So they just make up their own.
Puzzle word list. Fat retard. Dumbass bitch. We won't say that one. Idiot crackhead.
Date created January 11th, 2023. What's that all about?
It looks like that's when they probably put it in, maybe. Oh man. Fill in the missing letters. This one ends with RD and the kid filled it out correctly. Retard. Oh my god.
So it looks like you can go to this superteacherworksheets.com and they have a worksheet generator.
Yeah, this is your retard. Like, did they not learn you are? You're ugly. You're a dumbass. You're an idiot. You're a bitch.
Now in this, I'm just kind of fiddling through here on the word search puzzle generator. It says, please note our word search generator uses a basic word filter to prevent the accidental random creation of offensive words.
I guess
so they actually put them in themselves.
When you create your puzzle, please check it over it carefully to be sure unintended words are not added by a random letter generator.
What I wonder if that website's going to go down.
I suppose they can't be held responsible for worksheets other people make.
Trigger word scramble. We should have that as a segment one night. Trigger word scramble. We'll have people solve the words. That's amazing, man. All right. So what would you do if your kid brought that home? Would you be like, what kid gave you this? Like,
right.
I mean,
which of your friends made this?
Actually, it was the teacher that gave it. No, you're fucking lying. Stop it. Stop it. All right. So we moving on here. What's the next article we're going to read?
Let me get back here.
Florida woman out on bond for fentanyl.
Look, dumbass, I'll read what I want. Don't be a bitch.
I'm just suggesting.
Where are we going here?
God
see
damn.
what we got. Don't be triggered right now.
Guy shows up on time tonight and he acts like he can fucking call people names and do whatever he wants.
Quit being triggered right now.
He didn't have a choice. You guys were at dinner together. What the fuck was he going to do? Go back home and then wait another 30 minutes to leave his house?
Right?
He could have.
Man.
Florida woman out on bond for fentanyl trafficking, arrested for meth trafficking. Just sounds like a resourceful woman to me.
Yeah.
A Florida woman, it looks like from the topic show, Rebecca Resnick, 39. Florida woman was arrested on drug trafficking charges during a traffic stop on Wednesday. Deputies said the driver, Rebecca Resnick, 39, I like how they put her exact address in there.
Yeah,
9403 Foxglove Lane, Naples, faces multiple felonies. I guess you won't be home anytime soon to use it. So, multiple felonies, including methamphetamine trafficking, 14 grams or more, possession of fentanyl, and possession of oxycodone. Sounds like a party. At the time of her arrest, Resnick was out on bond for fentanyl trafficking. Deputies arrested her during a traffic stop on November 12, 2022, after they found 17.7 grams of fentanyl inside her vehicle, along with other drugs. Collier County is a safer place with these drugs off the street and this individual back in jail, Sheriff Kevin Rambosk said. Around 7 p.m. Thursday, deputies pulled Resnick over for a traffic violation in the area of Airport Pulling Road and Poinsettia Avenue?
Yeah, whatever. Just go with it.
Deputies saw narcotic paraphernalia in plain view inside the vehicle and conducted a probable cause search. Deputies confiscated, I like the accuracy of this, 19.7 grams of methamphetamine and 2 grams of fentanyl. They also found oxycodone, buprenorphine, and methadone. Deputies said Resnick was uncooperative and resisted their attempts to take her into custody. I'll bet.
She's like, I'm not going back, pigs.
A lot of ads.
Now, does she go for the trifecta? She gets out on this one. What are they going to catch her with?
Look at that. Did you go out on a date with her?
No.
Gil?
It's like she knows how to party.
Yeah. I mean, she'd have you fucked up by the end of the night.
You have a good time.
Man.
Yeah. She'd be like, you want to smoke this with me, baby?
Have to be
Up
watching.
all night ripping scabs off my arms.
Would you? I mean, if she walked up to you on the street and like, let's go.
No.
Let's go,
Just be
Gil.
like, I just got out, baby.
I heard you're the banana heckler.
You sleeping well tonight?
So you wouldn't go for that? She looks okay. Till she smiles, probably, with her teeth open.
She got that Clint Eastwood squint, the good and bad, the ugly going on in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at her.
So you're not a fan of that, huh?
No.
Okay.
That appears to be the end of the article.
Yeah, it was a short article.
Direct and to the point, man. I don't play around with this shit. Florida crazy news, short article next.
To the grams. They had that shit accurate. Man, what a crazy bitch, though.
Out for fentanyl, picked up for meth.
Yeah. It's like, I already fucked up, so I'm going to go back to jail. So let's just fucking live it up and get some meth while we're at it. Man, that meth, it fucking ages people, though.
Hustle hard, motherfucker. Hustle hard.
You ever see those before and after pictures of people on meth?
The fentanyl's their main gig. The meth's their side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit ain't nothing to fuck with, man. It's terrible. All right. I think I submitted this one. I'll let you read it again, though. You're so good at it.
Is this Taco Bell?
Yep.
Back to see where we at here. Man becomes, quote, violently ill after ingesting rat poison found in Taco Bell burrito, sheriff's office says.
Are we sure it was rat poison? It wasn't just the hamburger.
The man was also involved in a heated exchange with workers at the Colorado Taco Bell, according to the sheriff's office. I thought Colorado was supposed to be a little more chill since all the marijuana stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, you'd think.
So, around 1 p.m., January 15th, the sheriff's office responded to the Taco Bell on Smoky Hill Road near Buckley Road and Centennial for a report of a disturbance. Deputies found that there was a heated exchange between a customer and employees due to the soda machine not working. The customer was eventually given an extra burrito and sent home, according to the sheriff's office. Those damn soda machines. Several hours later, around 7:50 p.m., a hospital contacted the sheriff's office and reported that they were caring for a patient who had eaten at Taco Bell and ingested rat poison. The hospital confirmed there was indeed rat poison in the burrito, according to the sheriff's office.
Damn.
Investigators determined the sick individual was the same person involved in the earlier disturbance. Deputies responded to his home, the hospital, and the Taco Bell to begin investigation.
Ooh, somebody's going down.
It was rat poison in the kitchen at Taco Bell. They learned from the victim that he had gone home, done chores, and watched some TV before eating the food items he had purchased earlier at Taco Bell. The man said he immediately became violently ill and called 911. The sheriff's office said he was taken by ambulance to the hospital. It was confirmed that there was rat poison in the food, the sheriff's office said. Surveillance video from both the interior and exterior areas of the Taco Bell restaurant was collected as evidence. Taco Bell released a statement. The safety of customers and team members is a priority. The franchisee who owns and operates this location has informed us they are working with local authorities in their investigation. The case is considered an open and active investigation, and at this time, the sheriff's office is treating the situation as if the man received the food from the restaurant with rat poison in it. Exactly how the poison got there remains under investigation. Arapahoe County Health was contacted. The health department said it did an inspection and allowed the restaurant to reopen.
All right. All right.
My problem with that is who in the fuck goes to Taco Bell, gets food, and doesn't immediately eat it?
That was what I was thinking. Like, why did he go home and do all
went
that?
Home and did chores and then ate the food later. That seems suspect to me.
I was so angry I couldn't eat my Taco Bell.
You got some Taco Bell today, didn't you?
I did get Taco Bell today.
Any rat poison? I mean,
it was the worst fucking tacos I've ever had from Taco Bell, though.
Oh, shit.
Did you complain about the soda machine too?
No, I went through the drive-thru. I got a Baja Mountain Dew.
A Baja Mountain Dew.
Baja Blast. The tacos were like the fold of the taco. Because I pulled up in my drive. Of course, I go to leave to go to Taco Bell, and it starts fucking zero visibility, snow, 30-mile-an-hour winds. I can't see shit. I'm like, I should just go back home. Fuck it. So I went anyway. And then on the way back home, I was like, I'm going to sit there and eat a taco real quick before I go in the house because it smelled good. So I opened up the box. I got the tailgate box, which has got the new wings in it, 4 tacos, and a Mexican pizza. I'm like, that's a cool little $25, a little high, but so I picked up the wrapped up tacos, and I just like a layer of grease, like the paper was soaked, and I'm like, that's unusual for a Taco Bell taco to be like that greasy, and it's a hard shell taco. So I open it up, and the shell was completely broken, and where that fold of the shell, the bottom, the entire length of it was just completely soaked and wet and stuck to the wrapper. I'm like, man, they made these fuckers for lunch and didn't sell them. So if they'd just been sitting wrapped up in this fucking heat lamp and all the meat soaked into the shell, and it was the 4 worst tacos I've ever fucking gotten from Taco Bell.
You should have drove back and threw it at him. Like, I don't want fucking lunch.
Man, I live in rural America, buddy. There's fucking 13,000 people here. I'd run into one of them motherfuckers somewhere. Can't do that shit like you can in big cities.
I'd be like, we're definitely putting rat poison in this motherfucker's tacos next time.
The wings were fantastic, though.
A lot of people enjoy Taco Bell's wings.
Fantastic wings.
I haven't had them yet. How about you, Gil?
Well, Niece works for Taco Bell, and she offered me some the other day. I already ate. I didn't have any of them.
Yeah. So no.
They look pretty spicy though.
Yeah.
No, they're not spicy at all. They're not even made to be spicy.
Just regular wings, right?
It's a queso. It's got like a queso, some kind of queso flavoring, but I think they got some kind of like a cheese powder that they kind of sprinkle on them a little bit when they pull them out of the fryer because it's got like this real cheesy kind of orange.
Okay. All right.
They're good.
But man, just think about that. Like Taco Bell already poisons you enough. You know, I mean, it's not a good time sometimes after eating Taco Bell. Then you get rat poisoning after, the fact. Oh, that dude must have been sick as fuck.
Have convulsions while you're taking a big old shit.
Foaming at the mouth.
Rat poison is just a blood thinner, right?
No, I don't know anything. I mean,
yeah, rat poison is a blood thinner. Causes them to hemorrhage and bleed, internal bleeding. That's what they die from.
Man, that's crazy. So would you like shit blood or something from that, or
potentially? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would suck, but still, would you ever go out to eat again after that? Like, I'd have a hard time going out to eat after that.
You'd be paranoid.
Yeah.
You'd be complain less anyway.
Right. I mean, I don't ever try to complain when it comes to like food or anything. Those people don't want to be at work just as much as we don't want to be at work. And chances are it's a shitty environment. And I'm just kind of like, as long as, everything's fine, even when things get messed up, I'm just like, hey, can we just fix this? I don't want to, there's no point in yelling at people and degrading them and shit like that. But you see some people and they talk to fast food workers like they're the scum of the earth. So,
And I might kind of be with this guy, like the soda machines anymore. I feel
they're
like
terrible.
I feel like they all use like the freestyle stuff. Or
Yeah.
I don't know all of them, but a lot of them use those freestyle machines anymore.
Those fucking machines.
The mixes are like never right.
Never. And now it's to the point where they don't even fucking fill up the flavors. So it's like, there's no point.
What do you mean they're never right?
They just never taste right. Like
Oh.
I usually get like a diet drink.
Yeah.
And if you get a diet drink, there's almost like no flavor in a lot of them.
Yeah, it's like there's something off, not necessarily with the carbonation, but like you said, the mix or something just isn't there, and they're just terrible. Those fucking flavor ones are awful.
Yeah.
It seems like the only ones that are ever good are the ones at like Five Guys.
Yeah.
And they better be for the fucking $20 meal you're spending there.
Well, it seems like if you get just like a regular like Coke, Dr. Pepper, whatever, those usually are okay. But if you try to get anything diet,
or
anything else, it just
you get 5 Up instead of 7 Up.
Yeah.
Yep, you sure do.
So I'm kind of with this guy about the drink machines.
Yeah. Maybe he was just wanting an ice cold Pepsi, and he just fucking had it. He went on a falling down rant.
Right.
He's like, I just want a fucking Pepsi.
That's what
it was after 10:30.
You shared a video. I think it was you shared a video a while ago about some truck driver who was upset that his Burger King Whopper didn't look right.
Yeah.
And I almost left a comment like, calm down, falling down. It's okay.
He was complaining about the burger not looking good. And he was like, this is what we get for $15 an hour.
You people want 25.
Yeah. It's like, dude, it's got nothing to do with how much that person gets paid.
Well, that's how they make the sandwich how they're told to make.
Yeah. Like, and I mean, look, these people are dealing with how many orders for how many minutes, and they're moving at a speed that you've probably never even worked at. Because I mean, it looked like this guy did something where he could just take his time and work.
I think he was a truck driver.
Yeah, of some sort. So he's never been like had his ass busted or had to get shit done like ASAP and work a line and get people in and out.
Yeah, like you go to McDonald's, they even have that timer above the drive-through.
Just about all
at the same time.
All fast food places have a timer on that, and then it starts beeping when it goes over their allotted time or whatever. But those people, a lot of people bitch about fast food workers, and 9 out of 10 of those people that bitch could never work fast food. They would go home crying.
There's a meme I've seen popping up on my timeline or whatever, like the last 2 or 3 days. It says, congratulations, fast food workers make all this money now, so you can quit your super difficult job and go flip burgers too.
Yeah. Like if it's so easy and you work so hard at your job for $15 an hour, why don't you just fucking quit and go flip burgers for $15 an hour? I think McDonald's gives you benefits too, don't they?
Some of them.
Yeah.
I've never had to work fast food, and I had some friends who did work fast food.
Yeah.
And I just always try to be cool and calm about it. Like if it takes a few extra minutes, hey,
yeah,
we went to BW tonight. That place was people all over the place.
Oh, it was packed.
It
was insanely packed.
Just kind of chill out, get your food. It's good.
We went into B-Dubs, and I got there before PBS, and I walked in.
I was waiting on him.
No.
Yeah, imagine that, right? And I walked in right at 6, and there was like no tables in the dining room. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, do these people fucking work? I mean, they're fucking in here at like 5 already eating. And so I had to go over to the bar, grab like one of those high top half booths, and we ended up eating in the bar or whatever. Of course, it took a while because, I'm like, the guy comes over and he's like, so what can I get you? I was like, I'll just take a Pepsi for now. I'm waiting on my friend to get here. And he kind of looked at me like, okay, buddy, whatever. And he came back. He goes, I thought I seen somebody come in and sneak in over here. And I was like, he's still not here. But 15 minutes later, PBS comes walking in. And then we had to wait a while because, obviously he was like, I'm just going to leave this dude alone because,
he's a loser.
I've already asked him twice if somebody's coming in. And he said no. But he finally came back and took PBS's drink order and our food order. But I mean, it was packed though. I mean, there's only 2 people doing that whole area.
Yeah.
So That's another thing. People have to realize, like, there is a worker shortage, and
nobody wants to fucking work.
Well, I think there's a large percentage of people that just went away in the pandemic.
I don't.
I think they did. Like, either people are dead or they retired.
Oh.
I mean, seriously. I mean, a lot of older people work fast food jobs. I mean, it's something they do when they don't have enough money to live off of for whatever little bit they get off Social Security or
now I've never went to Hooters and saw B. Arthur bussing tables, so
yeah, we're not talking about
I can't explain that.
We're talking about like McDonald's.
She's in the back flipping the wings around in the fryer.
Yeah, maybe she's cleaning the floors in the back or something
with her saggy boobies.
Mary Sparkle, Sparkle Mary.
Yeah. There's a couple older people that serve him like B-dubs and stuff though. I mean, not like retired old, but they're older. But yeah, I mean, there's just not a lot of people that are doing those jobs for whatever reason. Whether that's, people are just leaving the workforce, willingly or unwillingly. And then I don't know, is the gig economy taking those jobs away? I mean, that could be something too.
All they do is bitch about not getting fucking tips for driving 2 miles to my house. So I don't know who's doing what jobs anywhere, honestly.
Yeah, it's funny. I see a person quitting DoorDash every day on TikTok, and it seems like the person shares the video of that person quitting through their doorbell cam. Like, oh, I didn't tip this person, and I made them quit their DoorDash job. Well, good. I hope they ate your food, which that seems to be the case. The person always eats their food and then they quit. But I don't know. It's funny. It's where are these people working?
I don't have an issue. Like, I mean, we don't go out to eat as much as we used to. Because I'm here. So it's easier for me to always have meals cooked and prepare and plan and stuff like that. But, on the weekends or something, if we happen to go out and eat, I'm okay with, there being let me rephrase that. I'm not okay with there being a lower level of service, but I understand there's a lower level of service due to economy, workforce, whatever the reason is or why. I'm not here to get into the economic debate of it, but I also do not forgive. I don't forgive just the total, well, I'm fucking busy, so I'm not helping anybody attitude either too. Like, I understand you're busy. I understand there might only be 2 people working the floor, but you did walk past me 4 times to go to other tables and did not once ask me, do I need a refill? Or, like, you gave me 1 napkin and I just ordered 10, sauced up wings. Like, do you need another napkin? That takes a millisecond to walk by. You need another napkin? Yeah. Okay. You go to the kitchen, you do whatever you were going to do, and you just throw a napkin in your pocket, drop it off on the table. So there is a reasonable expectation. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be unreasonable about it. I don't expect you to be on top of your game, but I also don't just give you carte blanche to just fucking run wild and treat me like shit because, oh, we're busy, pandemic, fuck you, COVID. No, that ain't going to fly either.
You still got to take care of people the best you can.
Sure.
Situation, like, I don't know. I went to Wendy's after my nephew's game, basketball games last week, and it was like right at noon, and it was busy. People were in the drive-thru, people were in the lobby, the dining in, obviously. You had people on their lunch breaks, and there's 3 motherfuckers working in this Wendy's. There's the drive-thru person, there's the person cooking, and there's a person filling the orders after they get done being cooked.
And one of those is the manager.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I didn't bitch. It took 10 minutes to get my food, but it is what it is. I'm sitting there waiting in this lease, like, so much for fast food. And I'm just like, well, they're doing the best they can.
See, I'd have told her to shut the fuck up. I'd have been like, shut the fuck up. Just go home then.
Yeah.
End up like Farva and Super Troopers and get a big old loogie in your hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, man, these people are working their ass off. You'll get your food. It may not be right away, but it's not going to be an hour later or anything like that. Like, it's line work. They're going to get to it, first come, first serve type thing.
Right, like all that stuff's on alarms and all that.
Yeah.
You put the burger in, wait whatever, flip it over, wait whatever, done.
They can only work as fast as they can work. It'd be the same as if a fucking robot was back there, That's another thing. A lot of people are talking about that automated McDonald's that they're testing out, where there's like no people that work in it. It's like, that's not going everywhere. You can say what you want to say. It's not going everywhere. The maintenance that they'll have to put in on this, they can't even get a fucking ice cream machine that works all the time. You think they're going to get robots that work all over the place? Come on, people. Let's think about this. It's just not going to happen. They're still going to need folks. They're going to need bodies in there to operate certain things and take care of people.
That's like the band from Chuck E. Cheese was robotic, dude.
Right.
They were working.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that. It's just not happening. All right, so we can go through. We got a little segment called "What You Watching."
What you watching?
What you watching?
We need to get like a graphic or like a snappy jingle for that.
Yeah, and it just pops up on the screen. What you watching? I wish I knew how to do all that stuff, but I wouldn't have time to. I get all flustered and fuck it up somehow. But what you watching, Mr. PBS?
Apparently I was watching Clueless the other day and somebody didn't like that too much.
Uh-oh. What did Gil say to you?
He
came out with a banger on that one.
Oh, he did. Bang, bang.
Actually, the best one he had was Hueless.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a banger on that one.
I was only giving him half credit because his first comment was something about at least it's in color. And I'm like, that's a hot sauce comment. He stole that from Hot Sauce.
That was funny as fuck, though.
But Hueless, on the other hand, was all timer.
So he had a banger on that one, man.
What's that?
I had to Google Hugh. I couldn't remember how to spell
it. You didn't know how to spell Hugh?
That's pretty pathetic. It was kind of ashamed of my part, but it came out in the end and the wash pretty good.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
You delivered it flawlessly, sir.
Well, I said, the reason I was watching Clueless is because I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the first time the week before.
For the first time?
Unbelievable.
First time I've seen it like all the way through. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I saw it all the way through when I was younger, but I definitely don't recall. So it kind of got me in the mood to watch Clueless because I was thinking, like, is Clueless just like Buffy the Vampire Slayer without vampires?
It's totally not.
It's basically the same kind of movie. It's sort of about a blonde kind of airhead kind of person. And one's just got vampires. And one doesn't.
Take that back, sir. Buffy she's amazing.
Yeah,
but she's a smart, talented woman.
But she's kind of an airhead. Kind of. That's how they play her off as that kind of girl.
I need to meet her someday. Have her autograph my.
I think she does a few conventions now.
She was in Cincinnati about 3 or 4 years ago, right before the pandemic, I think.
Yeah, I thought she did like some of the bigger Comic-Con-ish Wizard Worlds or
get
whatever.
Get her to sign one of her naked pictures for me. See if she'd sign that. What's her name?
Christy Swanson.
Christy Swanson. Yeah.
Actually, I think she's coming to Whorehound this year.
Is she really?
Yeah.
I'll definitely meet her if she's coming to Whorehound.
Yeah, she's coming to Whorehound in March.
I'll get a picture with her and everything.
What was the lady's name that did the show?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
She
get Christy Swanson to sign your MAGA hat.
I was just getting ready to say she's a big MAGA supporter.
She did respond. I watched Deadly Friend, the Wes Craven movie.
Yeah,
where she kind of turns into a robot. I tweeted that like a couple years ago when I watched it. She responded to me and said something and all that. Like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's pretty active on Twitter from what I remember.
Yeah, she's kind of in the MAGA crowd now. However, that varies your mileage, but
that's fine. I just want an autograph and a picture of her.
Yeah.
So,
let's see. I think last week
he's got his notebook out.
Yeah, I've got letterboxed up for some of the movies. So last week I think was John Carpenter's birthday and David Lynch's birthday. So I had me a rewatch of Big Trouble in Little China. I was in the mood for something kind of fun to watch.
Nice, yeah.
And then I watched a couple of David Lynch movies for the first time, Mulholland Drive and Lost Highway.
Which one's Mulholland Drive? Samuel Jackson? No.
That's got, I think it was like Naomi Watts' like first big movie.
Okay.
Where she's coming to Hollywood to be a star.
Okay.
There's another woman who was in an accident on Mulholland Drive and she's got amnesia and forgets who she was. And it was originally it was like a television pilot. They couldn't get anybody to pick it up, so they just finished it off as a movie.
Okay.
So those are both sort of David Lynch kind of odd movies. Now, like I say, I watched Clueless and Buffy. I got my girlfriend to watch Breakdown because
I fucking love that.
those
movie.
sort of thriller movies like
Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She it's like scary movies and those kind of thrillers. It's like my little heart's pounding. Like, yeah.
I just watched that like 3 months ago or something like that. It was on TV and I was like, just sat down and watched it.
I feel like it was kind of hard to find for a while, but it recently got a Blu-ray release, which I bought, and it's been streaming now for a little while.
I think it's on Amazon Prime now or something like that.
Breakdown. With Kurt Russell, where his wife does or doesn't get kidnapped by a trucker, and he's got to try to run through the town and find her. So it's a good one. I think
car breaks down, trucker pulls up. He's like, "No, honey, go with them. It's fine. Go with them and get help. I'll stay here with the car. I just want you to be safe."
So 90s.
Damn it.
I watched Cruel Intentions.
Oh man, you were on a
damn.
The 90s had me in a grip.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
You wear Junko jeans while you're watching all these movies?
I was never into those, sir. I'm a regular man.
Yeah, he's from the country, dude. He's not from the inner city like us.
I'm not wearing those Junkos with the big the ones that had like the big legs and had like the chains on them sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was just kind of in that 90s mood. I hadn't seen Cruel Intentions in a while. And it's not streaming. Well, maybe it's streaming on like Stars, and nobody's got Stars. So I think I ended up renting it off Amazon.
It's almost Gellar in that too.
Yeah.
Yep. Hot bitchy Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh yeah. That was a provocative movie for its time.
Reese Witherspoon, Ryan Felipe.
What's her face is in that too. I just saw an interview with her. She's got I think she has multiple.
It's
she's got MS.
I'm gonna forget her name now.
Who?
The chick that Sarah Michelle Gellar is making out with, or is teaching how to kiss in that.
Selma Blair.
Selma Blair. Yeah, that poor lady. She's got like MS now or something like that.
But like I said, I was in a big 90s mood, and it's almost funny watching those movies now because they are so 90s that it's almost they're so close to being like parodies that it's like, wow. You think back on some of those movies like Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
And you realize they were pretty spot on with how exaggerated and some of that stuff was. So that was good. And I watched Strange Days because that was sort of making the rounds on social media because it had been hard to find for a while. There's Catherine Bigelow, and it's sort of like you can, in the future of 1999, you could sort of like record your experiences visually, so like your memories, and people could play them back later. And it gets into, and Rafe Fiennes gets into some trouble after he sees some cops killed a rapper. It's sort of like a big deal. So as you can tell, I was in my 90s mood.
It definitely sounds like it.
And I did watch a newer one, the Pale Blue Eye on Netflix.
Oh yeah, with Bale.
Christian Bale.
How'd you like that?
It was just kind of okay.
It looks like it's kind of like a waste of time.
Kind of up my alley.
I don't know if I'd say that. But.
Hot Sauce made a comment about making a list of movies that were up my alley or something. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's it's a detective story basically, like someone is killed at West Point, and Christian Bale used to be like a sort of well-known detective, so they call him in to figure out who it is. And at this time, one of the cadets is Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
And the guy who plays Edgar Allan Poe is really good, and he kind of gets in on the investigation. And it's a pretty decent movie. It's just the way they kind of have to tell it because of the mystery. It kind of throws off the pace and everything. It's definitely worth a watch, but it's not like a must-see new one. But it was decent.
All right.
And of course, I've been watching a few TV shows. I don't know if Hot Sauce wants to talk about Jack Ryan a little bit.
We can. Now that you finally finished it. No, who finally finished it?
Let's make our rounds first, and then we'll move on.
Okay. But yeah, I've got a couple of TV shows that I think everybody else will at least watch some of.
Gil Johnson from Mike's Barbecue.
Tonight I watched Long Kiss Goodnight for the first time.
Oh yeah,
that was real good. I was real impressed with that. Gina Davis was real good in that.
Yep. Yeah, it's not a bad movie at all.
I need to rewatch that one. That's another 90s banger, I think.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Last week I watched Starship Troopers.
Oh, that's an all-time classic right there.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah. That's it though.
That's about it.
Okay.
I'll give you the hot take. I'll give you the hot take about Starship Troopers. It's all right.
Oh man,
It's
it's a
all right.
classic. It's a classic
It's all
sci-fi.
right. It's cheesy. It's all right. It's just okay.
Yeah.
It's right
That's
up
what
there.
makes it so great.
It's right up there next to RoboCop.
No, RoboCop's miles ahead better.
I love Starship Troopers.
RoboCop's way better than Starship Troopers.
Well, yeah, RoboCop is way better
Oh,
than
yeah,
Starship. Nobody's arguing that.
You said it's up there. It ain't up there with no. It ain't up there.
It's a good
Nah.
sci-fi movie.
Nah.
Good fascist satire.
Yeah, it definitely is. So what were you watching?
Movies I haven't watched a whole lot. We did watch, like, I've watched some older stuff. Like I rewatched Remember the Titans. Life with Martin and Eddie Murphy was on
It used to be on Comedy Central all the time. That was a good
yeah, it's on Netflix. I always enjoyed that one, so I watched that. What else did I see? We just watched the other night Amber, the girl behind the alert, the story about the Amber Alert.
Okay.
And how that all went down, and like, you know, what caused them to kind of develop the Amber Alert system and everything like that. That was an interesting watch. That was on Peacock. That's a Peacock exclusive. Let's see. Trying to think. I think that's about all the movies I watched. Started a couple TV shows, but you know, we can get to those. But yeah, movies I haven't really watched a whole lot. I sent a picture. Was it last night? I think Netflix has their little Oscars selections up or their nominees. So I'll go through there and pick out stuff and watch and see if some of the other services have like a little Oscars hub or anything like that. So you can just jump right into what they got.
I feel like a lot of those Oscar movies are streaming already.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play catch up on a lot of them. So
Mhm.
missed out on a lot of movies. With my buddy being down sick, of course. Speaking of sick, I watched Sick on Peacock, and it's a horror movie based on the beginning of the pandemic. Pretty decent.
I need to see that one.
Pretty decent. You know, it was all right, I gotta say.
From I think that was written. I don't know if it was directed. It was written by Kevin Williams, who wrote Scream.
Yes, same guy. And then I watched Natural Born Killers because I realized I'd never watched it, and really not into it.
Yeah,
just a little too out there for me.
I've never seen that one all the way through. I know that was sort of like a big thing when it came out.
Yeah, I imagine if I would have watched it back in the day, I would have enjoyed it, but I don't think it's probably one of those movies that just isn't standing the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched this movie called Predestination.
Is that the one with Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Okay.
The time travel
Yeah,
one? That's
okay.
a little trippy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
It's a little trippy.
The newer?
2014.
Okay.
I think that's kind of one of those kind of cool under the radar sci-fis that
Yeah.
a lot of people haven't seen.
It was a trippy little time travel thing. He like works for a time travel bureau, and he has to go back and prevent things from happening. But it I don't know, like you kind of, if you've watched a time travel movie, you kind of like see what's
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because I've seen enough sci-fi movies to kind of see where it's going.
you're kind of like, oh, I fucking know what's going on here.
I'm sure not everybody quite catches on.
They lay the seeds for you like right in the first opening scene of it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, if you're paying attention, I think you'll kind of see it coming. But that's one that's out there that I think it's more people should see.
And then
Was that streaming somewhere?
yeah, it's actually on Hulu.
Yeah. More people should check that one out.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's a good view, especially if you're into those type of movies. Then last night I was gonna watch I Can't Hardly Wait, because you were talking about 90s movies and I just happened to come across it. I was like, I don't want
I think I've got that saved in my watch list on HBO Max.
I was
maybe?
like, I haven't watched this in forever, and I would love to fucking watch it, and I just didn't, because the movie right next to it was Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan. I was like, I gotta fucking watch this. I haven't seen this in forever, and
That's a good one.
I fucking love Dante's Peak.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce and Linda Hamilton tear it up in that movie. They were fucking great together, and aside from the annoying old lady that's in it, that
that the grandma or whatever.
yeah, that almost cost everybody their lives. But
Got to go get grandma off the mountain.
PBS and I were talking about this before the show. Like, so I'm going to ask you a question. Which one do you like better, Dante's Peak or Volcano? They both came out the same year.
Both came out in 97.
1997.
Who's in Volcano?
Tommy
Lee Jones. Yeah.
Another one of those sort of ensemble. I think it's got Anne Heche in it, maybe.
Yeah, Anne Heche is
Yeah.
the other person of interest in it.
I'm a
But
Tommy Lee Jones fan, but I think I like Dante's Peak a little bit better. I feel like both of those. I feel like both of those are in that 90-minute PBS runtime. So you got like that time period there where he's on board with it.
Oh man, I'm with you. I'm a big Tommy Lee Jones fan, and Volcano is really. I mean, it's good. It's a little outdated with the '90s, but there's something that's, I don't know, a little bit more. I don't know if it's Pierce Brosnan and the Linda Hamilton vibe that they had, but there is just something about Dante's Peak. And
Dante's Peak is 108 minutes, so it's right in his range. Hour 40.
So they're right there.
Yeah, it's a fun fucking movie, and I mean, there's some good scenes in there, some good intense scenes. But I mean, they both have their things. Volcano kind of has a little bit of a unrealistic ending.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still a fun movie. But Dante's Peak just seems to be, a little more. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is, but it's something about it just gets me a little bit more excited than Volcano. But both good movies, and I think they both were kind of, was Dante's Peak was a little overshadowed by Volcano.
Well, I think Volcano was more of like sort of the one of those 90s sort of ensemble pieces, in a way. And of course, Brosnan at the time was Bond.
Yeah.
So it might have been kind of overshadowed by all of that. I gotta go against the grain and say I'm kind of more of a Volcano man.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I think both good movies.
I think it's just maybe because I watched it more, because it used to be back on one of the channels, Showtime or HBO or something, like all the time. So I've probably seen that one more, and I think I like it a little more. But like I said, they've all got some really good moments in it. Like I think of Dante's Peak. Like, doesn't Grandma get out and push the boat through the boiling lake?
Through the boiling water, yeah.
And like, doesn't one of the guys get stuck in the van when the bridge flips over when everything comes down? But like Volcano's got like, it's super cheesy, but like they've got like the white cops or whatever have the black guy arrested.
Yeah.
But they got to let him out to help move some stuff.
Help move the cars.
The volcano ash is coming over, and some little kid's like, look, everybody's the same color because they're all covered with ash. And it's like super cheesy 90s, but you're kind of like, yeah, we are all the same color.
And Volcano is a 107 runtime. That's why I liked it better. It's shorter.
Like you said, they do the thing.
You mean Dante's Peak, right?
No, Volcano's 107. Dante's Peak's 108.
Okay.
And they do like the thing, like you say, like the end, like we got to reroute this volcano from the hospital to out to sea.
They make their last stand with like, was it 3 fire trucks or something like that? And they're like
concrete
spraying water on it. It's like, that water ain't putting that fucking shit out. I remember one of the scenes that always got me in Volcano was when the guy doesn't make the jump onto the next train car down when they're down in the subway system. And he just kind of like melts down into the volcano, the lava. He's just like, like that would suck.
Yeah.
Like, would you even feel that? I mean, it's so hot. It would just burn your nerves right out, wouldn't it?
I don't know. That you think?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask like a doctor about that or something.
I'm going to look up and see what the box office was for each of those.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
I feel like Volcano was the bigger movie.
Yeah, for some reason, I feel like Volcano might have had a bigger budget or more advertising or something like that. Because one of those movies just got, it was propelled a little bit more than the other one.
I think Volcano was like the one, and then it was like, oh, here's Dante's Peak, this knockoff Volcano, but I liked it better.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it was like whoever came out first had the edge on that one.
Volcano 97 worldwide is 122 million.
Back in the 90s, you got over 100 million. We're good.
Yeah, that's a good number for the
122 million for Volcano, and we'll go to Dante's Peak now. 122 million for Volcano.
All right over there, Gil?
Yeah, a little tired.
Dante's Peak, $178 million worldwide box office for Dante's Peak.
That's that Bond effect
I was
right
gonna
there.
say, I wonder if that had, because it had Brosnan in it.
You think
And Dante's Peak came out February of 97 with an $18 million opening weekend.
Peak. Dante's Peak.
Do you think Pierce Brosnan like wrote Tommy Lee Jones? He was like, suck my dick. Don't fuck with Bond.
Yeah, like I said, and I like that one too, because Linda Hamilton, because I was a big Terminator fan.
Mhm. Yeah.
She's really good in that. Linda Hamilton's a good actor.
I think a lot of her stuff gets overshadowed because of
Terminator. Yeah.
Terminator, yeah.
Of course, Beauty and the Beast, the TV show, she was in that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm.
Yep.
Damn, I forgot about that. Shit.
What's that, Gil?
Ron Perlman was the Beast in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So moving on to Amazon Prime's second season of Jack Ryan. What'd you guys think?
Third season.
Third. That's how long ago it's been.
He's so backlogged on it. He just finished the second season.
No, I finished the third.
Okay.
But it's been, how many years has it been since we got a Jack Ryan season?
2019
Yeah.
was the last one, so
Right before the pandemic.
practically 3 years.
So what'd you think?
I gotta say, I was a little underwhelmed by it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. It was okay. It looked good. The acting was okay. The story was okay. I just never really got into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't, like I said it in our chat, like especially in like those first couple of episodes, like Krasinski, he was doing like the Christian Bale Batman or something. His voice was just really like sort of deeper and rougher for some reason. I couldn't quite figure out.
Long COVID.
And it kind of lightens up later.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who's your favorite Jack Ryan?
No contest, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford, especially Clear and Present Danger.
Okay.
And then I'd go Alec Baldwin in Hunt for Red October.
I like Ben Affleck for whatever
He
reason.
wasn't bad, really.
I love that fucking movie, dude.
That was actually kind of the problem from season 3, is I felt like it was sort of a redo of that was Sum of All Fears. I feel
Okay.
like sort of the same.
I felt like it had a Hunt for Red October feel to it almost.
Well, they bring back sort of the Russians and all that.
yeah. I mean, mainly because of the Russians, but
But I think it's been a while since I've seen Sum of All Fears, but it's sort of about a nuclear device getting
Mhm.
set off somewhere,
in Atlanta?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a similar to the storyline that happened in this one.
You know, one of my biggest problems with this season was how big of a badass Jack Ryan was.
Mhm.
Like, he's going out doing missions and he's got his tactical gear on and his
They really tried harder to make him like an action star,
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
more like he's supposed to be the analysis guy.
Right. Like, where is my Jack Ryan that bitches when he has to go out in the field? Like, I'm just an analyst. I don't do this.
Right.
This one, he's like, no, nobody's doing this fucking mission but me. And then he's like strapping up with the Uzi and he's going out and giving signs. And it's
Nicolas Cage from The Rock.
yeah, like when did he become fucking Steven Seagal all of a sudden?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. It took it a couple episodes to get into it, and then it kind of gets good. I forget the actor's name, but he played Doug Stamper in House of Cards. He shows up in like the second or third episode, and it gets kind of good.
Is that Mike?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it kind of lulls a little bit, and then like the 6th episode comes along, and it's pretty good. And then like the last couple episodes are kind of building up to that.
My thoughts are,
I felt like it could have been a movie.
yeah, it did feel like it could have been a movie. It was a little stretched out. I was entertained. It's nice to get another season of it. And I hope they do more with him
Yeah.
because I'm a John Krasinski fan. But I hope they kind of get back to Jack Ryan kind of solving the puzzle without being an action star,
Right.
kind of,
All the Jack Ryans get their action moment,
Yeah.
but they're not supposed to be like the action hero.
Yeah. He's not supposed to be able to, take down military operatives and
Because he is a Marine,
right.
but he gets in a helicopter crash and he screws up his back and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's not he's not the Steven Seagal guy from Under Siege, like I don't know, but I mean, it was good, but like you said, it did kind of feel like it stretched on a little bit, and it was like, do we really? It did feel like they were redoing some classic Jack Ryan stories.
I felt, because we talked about this when it first started, because Hot Sauce, I think, started watching it first. I said, did they do a recap? Because it's been 3 years.
Right, and they didn't
don't even do a recap. And I don't know if maybe they were sort of trying to do kind of like a reboot kind of thing in a way, because somebody pointed out like the character who becomes his wife. I think she's in the first season or something, and then she's not in the second season at all, or she's in the second season but not in this one at all. So everything about it was well made and well done, but I just wasn't super into it.
And like, you didn't need a recap because it really didn't intertwine much with
But there's a few characters you're kind of like, do I remember that character? I'm not sure if I remember that character.
We got an animal joining us.
Yeah, Rex is in here. He won't jump up on me though.
Oh, poor guy.
He's cool. No, he's an asshole. He's fine.
Get your shoulder cat to sit on your shoulder during the podcast.
Yeah. How's Jerry doing? Did he get muted again?
No, I did it. Hang on. I was yelling at him. Well, I wasn't yelling at him. It's time to go. Hang on.
Yeah, he had a incident with his cat, Jerry, throwing up blood all over his shit. It was like, oh, man, got to get this cat to the vet.
Jerry's fine now. I don't know what the fuck his deal was. That motherfucker just wanted to look like a crime scene in the bedroom and take some money out of the bank or something, because he's fine.
Eat some bad Taco Bell.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know what the fuck it was. They asked could he have gotten any fucking rat poison or anything like that. I'm like, we've lived in the house for just over a year and a half, and they've had full reign of the house the whole time we've been here. So if they found something, it's something he just found, but no fucking clue. No clue what caused it.
Well, that's good to know that Jerry's doing fine.
Jerry's cool. I sent you guys a picture in the chat real quick. Go ahead and pop that up. Because I don't know if anybody caught this or not in Jack Ryan.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen here. Hold on a second. Present. Let me share that.
And I can't remember the fucking name off the top of my head.
Wrong screen. Hold on one second here. Let me get it up. That's what he said. You know, Chuckles is tired when he didn't chime in on that.
Actually, I've got an Amazon Prime. Just coming in home from the gym. It's just like 7, 8 o'clock. I'm usually going to bed. I'm hardly at the house on the weekends.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the Jack Ryan there. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Type of thing going on.
Coach Rob.
Yeah, and then you've got this picture here.
Okay.
That's him.
Yep.
From Game
of Thrones. Yeah.
Is he one of the Mormonts? Maybe
the wall. Yeah. I can't think of his fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. He was.
Because I was like, wait a minute. That's the Game of Thrones shit.
I think. Well, the girl who plays Ellie on Last of Us, she was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Who wasn't in Game of Thrones now?
Right.
Exactly right.
Did one of the problems I had with this season is I kind of had trouble paying attention to the flashbacks. I couldn't quite remember who everyone was every time. Like, I think.
For Jack Ryan, yeah, when they would go back to like the old military, because I was like, "Where's this at?" And Sharon was like, "I think it's a flashback," and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay, yeah, all right."
It's like, what's going on here? Okay, Flash.
Because there's quite a few characters who have Russian names or Czechoslovakian names or whatever, and I'm kind of like, I think that's a flashback of that guy, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, who is this in the flash? Like, you're trying to guess who it is. You're like,
you're trying to connect it to what's happening right now.
I think this is the old fucker that Jack Ryan was talking to. I'm not sure.
Did that guy let that guy go, or did that guy try to kill that guy? I can't quite.
Yeah, they could have done a better job on some things with that. Definitely. I mean, like I said, it doesn't suck.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just I had trouble kind of getting into it.
Right. I'm with you there. All right. So we've got one last topic, and it seems to be
Is it the last topic?
The last topic, which is The Last of Us. Y'all right over there, Gil?
Yeah, trying to stay awake. You tired of getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning, man. It gets old.
Oh, it definitely does. That's for the birds, buddy. But
Just quit your job. I did.
yeah, you can find you a.
Your wife got a sister makes $200,000 a year.
She's got a couple brothers, but no sisters.
That's right.
Let him get up. Let him get up at 4:30 or 5 a couple more years and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, hit me with one of them numbers, hot sauce.
Hey, she still got those brothers?
Tell me the banana. Nothing.
The banana heckler is in the market.
Gil's banana.
Gil's not trying to wake up at 4:30. in the
Dude,
morning.
you should sell bananas downtown at Gil's Banana Stand, and you just sell bananas.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Always money in the banana stand.
Like I come by with some of my profits for my banana stand.
That's when you tell them to get lost. I don't know who you are, buddy. But anyways, The Last of Us premiered on HBO 2 weeks ago, starring what's his face? Pedro Pascal. And what's her name? Bella Ramsey?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Bella
Mhm.
Ramsey. So I love The Last of Us games. I don't know if you guys have played them or not. I don't
Mhm.
know. You played them, Hot Sauce?
Yep.
You
Not the second one. Not the second one.
haven't played the second one.
No.
I like the second one. A lot of people didn't for whatever reasons. I think probably because of the storyline, but that's
Stay
okay.
spoiler free. I've still not gotten spoiled by the second one.
I'm not saying anything, but man, this show is just. I'm thoroughly enjoying The Last of Us on HBO. They have done a great job. Between Neil was it Neil Druckmann? I think is his name.
I think that's his name.
He directed The Last of Us games, and he's kind of overseen some of these. I think he directed the first episode. Pretty sure
I
he
don't
did.
know if he directed or not, but he's definitely
think-
involved.
I think he directed the first episode.
pretty
That was-
heavily involved in the writing stuff.
that was his baby, was directing the first, but he's kind of what do you call that? He's helping out with the
Like
directing.
consulting on it, and
Yeah.
He's definitely
but
pretty
our-
heavily involved.
Our guys that did Chernobyl
Craig Mazin.
are doing this show.
Yeah.
And my God, I mean, they are just fucking nailing it. They are bringing this game to life. And they switched up a key thing where the infection isn't through spores. And a lot of people are bitching about that. They're not going to be wearing gas masks and going in the building. And listen, we can't have everything 100% the way the game is.
They said even like Druckmann, the guy who made the game, they all kind of said that spores don't work so well in the real world
Yeah.
because they'd be everywhere.
Everywhere. You'd
It
have to
would-
wear a gas mask all the time.
Right. It's not like a game where you can kind of block it out and be like, oh yeah,
pick
that's
and
how-
choose where you need it to be in effect for the.
right. You can. That's just how a game works, And in real life, they said, hey, we just couldn't make it quite work the same way. So they switched it to like the mushroom mycelium and all that, which is really funny because to me, because I can't help thinking of the new Star Trek Discovery. That's like how their warp drive works, is the mushroom mycelium. So I keep thinking that there's sort of like alternate universe shows.
Nerd.
So Druckmann got the opportunity to direct The Last of Us episode 2. So there you
Two
go.
is a good episode.
Yeah, it really
I'm
was.
waiting. I'm hanging off until I can binge about 4 or 5 episodes. I'm waiting.
Man,
I'm
I think
waiting.
you watch it week to week, dude. That way you
No,
got
I don't want to. I want to watch them all at once.
Ah,
I like to save about 2. I like to watch 2 episodes of a show at a
and
time.
they seem to be different times. Like, was it the first episode was what?
They both sort of have flashbacks. They both
Well,
start
I
out.
think the first episode was longer.
Oh yeah. The
yeah.
first episode was like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And
then
the second episode was like 45 or 50 minutes or something.
Right. So you have that, but man, they're getting like the opening scene is hits the fan. It's like a reenactment of the game. I mean, it's that accurate.
I've heard that the game is sort of very cinematic to begin with.
Oh yeah,
It is.
It definitely is. But I mean, they're just nailing these scenes left and right. And I mean, little details like the characters are even wearing the same clothes, the same t-shirts. And I mean, visually, it is stunning. I mean,
I've seen a couple side by side scene of the show and the game, and the dialogue is dead balls on. Like they're just fucking nailing it.
they are point on. I mean, they're spot on with this shit.
There's a scene in the second episode, like where they come out of a building they were in, and they see like another skyscraper kind of building that's fallen up against another building. And I haven't played the game, but just the way it looked, I could have swore it was a screen from straight out of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
The game deserves every bit of praise that it gets. It's a fantastic fucking game. It's one of those games where it's just like you can't go back and play it again for the first time. Like that's the bad thing about it. Like you can't go back and experience it again for the first time. That's one of the worst parts about it.
Yeah, and I mean, the story is just so amazing in that game. They had to find somebody that would not fuck this up, would do it as good as anybody could ever bring this to life. And I think they found the right people.
I definitely wouldn't be as interested if it wasn't from the people who did Chernobyl. I think.
But, I kept talking with a friend of mine, and he was like, he's a big gamer, obviously, and he's a big Last of Us fan. He goes, I just don't have any faith in this. I don't have any faith in it. He was like, how many times have we been fucked over with Resident Evil and other video game adaptations? And I said, my friend, the guys that did Chernobyl are fucking doing this. And you got to watch Chernobyl because it is fucking amazing. I knew everything about Chernobyl. At least I thought I did. And there was still scenes that had my heart pumping and racing in that. And it was like a good horror show almost. And I was like, I have 100% faith in these, that they are going to deliver the show, and it is going to go down as one of the best shows ever. And after watching 2 episodes, wow. I mean, like I said, they are just nailing every last detail. I mean, it is amazing. I'm blown away. I mean, I had high expectations, and they've gone past that. And like, I'm thoroughly looking forward to every Sunday now. Like, that's my thing now. Sunday at 9, don't fucking bother me. I'm watching The Last of Us.
I didn't quite realize that it's basically a zombie story.
Pretty much.
I realized that from the little bit I've played of the game. And it's like you said, the opening of the first episode is basically I don't know, technically it's not even a flashback, I guess, because it's just the start of the story.
Yeah.
And shows you how things kind of got started, and then it kind of moves into the now and shows you sort of the aftermath of that. And I mean, especially that second episode, like everything looks great. If you ask me like what's real and what's CGI, I probably couldn't tell you that much.
You can't tell. But I mean,
they shot it in Alberta, and I read something like it was one of the biggest productions in Alberta, Canada, and whatever.
The biggest production in, I think, the country's history. Canada, obviously.
Because there's scenes in that second episode where they're walking through like a ruined city.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're looking at it like, oh, that looks pretty real to me.
I mean, and it's like to the T, like the shot they show you at the end of the first episode of the city. It's like picture perfect from what the game was. I mean, it's like side by side, like they nail it, man. And I mean, they've got Joel's personality right. Bella Ramsey, I mean, she is crushing it as Ellie. And one of the girls that plays I can't remember her name right off the bat, but she plays one of the leaders of the Fireflies. She was actually the girl that played the character in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's just so much that they got right. And I just believe that they're going to crush it out of the park. When this is all said and done, I think it's going to be one of the best shows ever. Like, it's going to be up there with like Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. And I mean, is Pedro Pascal just killing it with his roles lately? I mean, the guy can't lose. It doesn't seem like, but in the way that they've gotten away from the spores, and then they've kind of scientifically gotten the, you know, like, oh, this could possibly happen in real life,
Mhm.
maybe. But they kind of, you know, they use science and they kind of got away from, you know, the game's kind of infection, and they turned it into something brilliant, I thought.
It was interesting. It's kind of laid out in the very start of the episode about how like a pandemic, a really, really bad pandemic
Yeah.
could go. And they're talking about like funguses, and like funguses don't really enter the human body, I guess, or at least not this one. And the guy's like, well, you know, it's just a couple degrees change in the Earth's temperature could cause the fungus to evolve. And you're like, oh, could it?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll make note of that
We're
for
kind
next
of
for next summer.
we're
Right.
kind of close to this situation happening if this is how it goes.
I've always wanted to see more like sci-fi movies deal with that. Like, you know, in The Thing, the creature gets stuck in the ice. What if the
Mhm.
ice wasn't as icy? In the original Blob, they freeze the blob and they drop it in like Antarctica. And I think they even say, well, as long as it's always cold there,
Yeah.
like, oh, well, what if it wasn't quite so cold there? So I think that was kind of a cool little device to get the fungus stuff in there.
And it's kind of funny, in the first episode, they give you little breadcrumbs of how the infection gets spread through humans, and you have to pay attention. I mean, it's just one of those things that you got to pay attention. We're losing Chuckles over there.
Yeah, we are. Just let him go.
Trying, man.
But
I'll get home. I'll be wide awake.
that's how it works, buddy.
Sucks.
But they give you breadcrumbs, and then you get the infection. And man,
As like a person who's seen a zombie movie, you'll kind of be like, okay, it's like if you're like, oh, what's going on in the background over there?
right. You see little things happening, and you're like, oh,
It does
fuck.
have, like I said, we talked about Chernobyl. There's sort of a sense of dread,
Yeah.
especially in that first episode, because like as you kind of know what's coming.
Yep. But I mean, I just can't say enough good things about this. And hopefully, I really believe that they are laying out the format and the playbook to give further video game adaptations hope.
Now I'm jumping in here because I'm telling you what, if Amazon fucks up God of War, I'm gonna go beat Jeff Bezos's ass. I'm flying out to fucking Seattle and I'm fucking that rich cocksucking billionaire up.
Well, and you know what?
Do not fuck up God of War. Amazon, don't fucking do it.
I think if you're going to adapt a video game into a series or a movie, you need to be looking and watching The Last of Us and taking fucking notes, because these dudes are doing it perfectly. But I got to tell you, dude, if you've played the game, you know all about clickers.
Mhm.
The second half of the second episode is all clickers.
Mhm.
God damn, did that give me anxiety like a motherfucker, just like I was playing the game for the first time again. But I mean, like I said, I just can't say anything negative about the show. I mean, it's crushing it. I mean, they're doing everything, you know, that they can to make this as appeasing to the gamers that enjoy this game and the story, the characters. I mean, they're doing a great job of bringing it to life.
Said that first episode's good. I wasn't entirely hooked, but it was good. But that second episode is really, like I said, they go into the museum or whatever, the clickers are there, and it gave me like serious Resident Evil vibes. And it
Yeah.
made me upset that I haven't got like a good Resident Evil 1 and 2
And
movie or TV series.
I'm hoping the people that own the rights to Resident Evil, or the people that distribute the rights, or however it works, they see this and they're like, man, we really fucked up the past like 20 years. And we've got a chance to make something good.
Say those clickers looked great. I think they were practical effects. The way their faces look and all that.
Yeah, I watched a thing of them like making
Mm.
that, and they used, you know, the little spray paint to, you know, paint them and all that.
And that, like I said, that episode's kind of got me hooked. I think I'm into it. The next episode's got like Nick Offerman as,
Yep.
I guess I'd say living off the grid, but I guess everybody kind of lives off the grid. But he's like one of those sort of prepper off the grid people.
He's got his own he's got his own little deal going on.
Yeah, and that looks like it's going to be a cool episode.
He's a he plays a character that's, you know, I wouldn't say beloved, but you know, it's a part of the game that people seem to have a fondness for or whatever.
I did get some Walking Dead vibes. I was never big into Walking Dead, but maybe it's just because of sort of the zombie and some of the look.
The rundown, society's collapse kind of deal. Yeah, it definitely does. But I think when it's all said and done, this is going to kick The Walking Dead's ass.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah.
How many? Obviously, I think people will see the news if they're into this. It's already been
picked up. Yeah.
Already after 2 episodes, it's already been picked up for season 2.
How long do you think the show could or should go?
Well, they've already said it's not going to go.
Are they going to do a game in? Are they going to do the game in one season? You think?
I don't know. I mean, it's possible they can do the game in one season, the first game.
Because I think there's only 9 episodes, I believe.
There's 9 episodes for the first season, and they did say they're not going to go past the storyline of the games. So we only know what's. If you've gamed, you only know what's 1 and 2, obviously. But
maybe not to get spoilers, but have you played part 2?
Oh yeah.
Does it end the series, or is there more story?
It kind of it has one of those endings where you can kind of take it for what it is, but then it also has like, well, there's more adventures to kind of so it's I don't know how to say it, like there's a lot that happens.
It might put certain aspects of the story to bed while leaving other aspects of the story open to continue down a different path.
Yeah. Here's something. The Last of Us episode 2 breaks all-time HBO audience record.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking accomplishment.
I think it's actually available like on TV HBO as well, right? It's not just on HBO Max.
It should be across all their platforms.
Because we were kind of talking in the chat yesterday about checking out Poker Face, but I think you have to have Peacock Premium for that. And even when they first started advertising the show, I said, "What's the deal with only having some of these cool shows on streaming only? You think it would make them more money if they had it on regular TV?" Even like Star Trek, like Strange New Worlds, has been one of my favorite shows, and it's not on. You can't watch it on TV; it's streaming only. And I think even Picard was that way. So it's kind of got me wondering whether or not showing more of those on TV if you got the cable subscription. But initially I thought Last of Us was going to be that way too. But when I looked at it, I saw that it was actually playing on HBO, and I think that's kind of a better way to do it to get the show across to people.
Yeah.
Sorry about that microphone over there.
Oh, you're good, buddy. You're good. We're messing around. We're having fun. Yeah. I mean, listen,
It's a show I'm willing to stick with. I'm ready to see where they're going to go.
You've never played the game, so that says a whole lot right there. So if you haven't played the games, it doesn't fucking matter. Just fucking get the HBO subscription, and you can actually watch the first episode for free right now through HBO Max or whatever. You just download the app and play it. Kind of get you hooked. But it
nice to see they're doing something right over there.
Yeah, about time, right? Not hopefully
ain't much left to do right by anymore.
What if they get to like the 4th episode and David Zaslav's like, yeah, we really need a tax cut. Go ahead and cancel it and don't show the rest of the episodes. People
shut it down.
People would fucking assassinate him, dude. They would fucking murder that dude. Like, people are passionate already about this shit. So, but yeah, it's HBO's next big hit. That's for sure. I mean, you break an all-time audience record. I mean, what held it before? Game of Thrones, I'm imagining?
They were just hyping up House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I mean, get the HBO Max subscription and check this shit out. We wouldn't lie to you people. It's fucking good. And I can't wait for Hot Sauce to watch it because I want to talk to him about it. Get his
I'll be
opinion.
surprised if he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think he will.
I'm pretty sure I will. Fan of the game. I've got a lot of I wanted to see it. And then everybody kind of got to the first episode before me, and I started hearing like that initial rollout of everybody really hyping it up and really being on board with it. So I was like, man, let me give it, 3 or 4 weeks so that I got a good little, binge. I can sit there on a Saturday night or something and just knock out like 4 episodes on it.
I cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, I couldn't do it. I'd be like, I'd just be one of those times where I'd open Facebook and something would fucking spoil it. I'd be like, fuck. But all right, so that is all we have for episode 150 of the Sleazy Podcast. As always, my call to action is to get one person to listen to the show, and from there we'll get one person. I'll go ahead and do my own call to action after this. As Hot Sauce mentioned at the beginning of the show that I should. And you can check out thesleazypodcast.com. You can find all the available links to our social media. Our official store for apparel is in there, and maybe a couple other links. But I think we'll be back in 2 weeks from now. Hopefully we'll have Rob Zilla back and we can let Jason get some sleep. Gil Johnson from Mike's Barbecue. I'm sorry. The banana heckler.
I like the full title. Gil Johnson from Mike's Barbecue.
Gil Johnson from Mike's Barbecue. You need to make a Twitter name up and just have that.
Says Gil bowling with his bowling shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you join Snapchat. Are you going to start Snapchatting?
Yeah, I don't get the point of Snapchat.
Oh, that's right up your.
These random freaking people on there, like, I don't know you.
Yeah, just ignore them.
Yeah,
that's what I do. But I think Snapchat's right up your alley. You used to send me all those goofy videos and pictures. You can do that on Snapchat.
Told you we got to get him a TikTok.
Yeah, and we really do. Oh
TikTok
man,
is the devil.
Stay away from it, man. They're addicted. They're trying to suck you into TikTok. Don't get addicted like them motherfuckers are.
You got to watch them. You just got to make them.
Yeah,
I've noticed that fucking PBS is hooked on it too, because it used to be Eric and Rob shooting all the TikToks. Now I see him popping up more from P. He's fucking. Don't get addicted, man. It's a fucking drug. They're addicted to it.
I mean, it definitely is.
They're addicted to it,
dude. I fucking love it, dude.
They're addicted to it, man. I quit it cold turkey.
It's bad when I'm like, I don't even want to watch TV. I just want to watch TikTok for 4 hours tonight.
Right.
It's just so entertaining. I mean, there's always something on there that entertains me. But all right, so that is our episode, ladies and gentlemen. As always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.